Welcome, ladies, to the first episode of Fierce and Fearless. Our topic today is Our Kids Are Mini Versions of Us. We will be discussing how our attitudes, teachings, actions shape our children. We all want to ace the parenting game, right? We want to raise confident, kind, and successful kids. But man, the advice out there can be confusing. That's for sure. I mean, Sonali and I, when you and I thought about doing this topic as our opening episode for our podcast, I remember us feeling super overwhelmed and so concerned because, I mean, parenting is like running the most rewarding marathon um, with 1,000 people kind of shouting directions at you all at once.
Absolutely, Zoe. Okay, guys, just to give you a heads up, this is our first episode ever, especially my first time being on a camera. So I might be a bit flustered or talking all over. So just giving you guys a heads up. But yes, it's critical to remember that children, being excellent observers, imbibe everything we do, right? It's harsh reality. So as mothers, we are constantly flipping between the needs of our children, family, moms, and not to mention we have the internet on our fingertips. So we've got so much of information coming in. And we still have to ensure that we instill confidence, independence, and bring up really compassionate kids within this world and noise and chatter. So let's try and dive into this. And today's podcast is not really about how you should parent. It's really none of our business, to be honest, but it's more about the realization that you are now a parent and how we, Zoe and I, can enable you guys in a small way to just sort of make that journey simple, easy, and slightly more rewarding. So let's try and bring up our children who will become individuals who we genuinely admire without losing the essence of parenting in the process.
I'm going to start with the biggest shocker here that I think you and I agree on. And that is that there is actually, no matter how much research we have done, there is no right way to raise a child. Okay. We're both doing it. Parenting is anything but straightforward. It can be very mystical. It can be very demanding. It can be confusing, sometimes very thought provoking, and nothing short of being sort of like an emotional roller coaster, is what I would like to describe it as. There are times that I visualize myself responding to my son Zai like in this situation of like rage and fear because of what he's about to do or just done. And instead, I find myself like speaking calmly, softly, in this manner where in my head I'm saying something else, but I'm saying something else when it comes out. And I've really become so aware that I have this sort of tiny human being who watches, listens, and he sort of imitates everything that I do. It's like I'm on camera all the time. So I have to be super careful. As a parent, that's what I feel is happening.
So research actually does show us, and this is a bit of a tongue twister here, authoritative parents versus authoritarian parents, right? So authoritative is basically those who are warm, empathetic, but yet strict, while authoritarian, are the ones who are cold, unempathetic, but strict. So fear becomes the main driver for them. And while for the other side, it's all about explaining and going through the process over and over again so that the child understands, right? You still set boundaries, but you're slightly more explanatory about it. So, it's critical to start your style of parenting from the very beginning so that you can set the standards and you can carry through that. The more we keep switching and not following, the more confused they get. So, our kids they're just so smart. It shocks me sometimes. So be consistent, choose your parenting style, and just flow with it.